Hello everyone, this is Dr. Krishna. I'm a physiotherapist practicing since 7 years in Indore, India. आपका स्वागत है आज के इस एंकिलोजिंग स्पॉन्डिलाइटिस के जो पेशेंट्स हमारे क्लिनिक में आते हैं उनको हम होम एक्सरसाइज प्रिस्क्राइब करते हैं. क्लिनिकल सेटअप में जो भी ट्रीटमेंट होता है अकॉर्डिंग टू डिजीज सिवियरिटी विच डिफर्स फ्रॉम इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल. उसके अलावा हर एक एएस पेशेंट को अपने घर पर भी कुछ डेली एक्सरसाइजेस करने होते हैं अपनी जॉइंट मोबिलिटी और अपनी मसल स्ट्रेंथ को बनाए रखने के लिए. एस को डिटेल में कवर किया है मैंने इसके लास्ट वीडियो में. अगर आपको वो भी आप चाहे तो आप देख सकते हैं. इस वीडियो में मैंने सारे होम एक्सरसाइज को एक साथ कंपाइल करने की कोशिश की है ताकि आपको एक्सरसाइजेस के लिए 2-3 वीडियो ना देखना पड़े. इस वीडियो को प्ले करके इसके साथ साथ में आप रोज़ आधा 1 घंटा टाइम निकाल के सारी एक्सरसाइजेस कीजिए और पेन फ्री रहिए. तो आइए शुरू करते हैं एक्सरसाइजेस यानी आज का वीडियो. So today we have Dr. Arpita Jain with us. She will be demonstrating all the exercises. So let's start with neck range of motion exercises. Here we will be doing 3 movements. The first, turn head to your left and right. Look over shoulder as far as possible. And at the initial days, do this movement for 5 to 7 repetitions and gradually increase it to 10 to 15 repetitions. In the second movement, pull chin in, then tilt forward. Hold and then bend your neck backwards to look up. As you can see here. Now in the third movement, tilt head to the side, ear towards shoulder as far as possible. You can see the movements here. Now let's see spine rotation, which is also a range of motion exercise. As you can see, your hands will be on shoulders, your elbows will be pointing outwards. Now twist your body and turn your shoulders to the right as far as possible. Hold and then to the left as far as possible. Now we will see spine side bending, which is again a range of motion exercise. Stand with your feet and shoulder width apart, bend sideways and then slide your hand down your thigh to right and then to left. Reach opposite hand overhead for greater stretch and shoulder mobility. As you can see the exercises here. And then repeat it for 5 to 7 times. Now we will see spine backward bending, which is also known as extension. Again, this is also a range of motion exercise. As you can see, stand with hands on your pelvis, arch backwards and try to keep your knees straight. You can say this and repeat it for 5 to 7 times and gradually increase it. Once you are mastered in this exercise, try to raise your arms like this and stretch your shoulder also. To minimize stiffness and pain when sitting, stand up and do this stretch regularly. Now we will see upper back and shoulder stretch. As you can see, keep your chin tucked in and head and back pushed against the wall. And try to slide your arms upward, as you can see here, and then repeat it for more few repetitions and feel the stretch in your shoulders and front of chest. Now we will see quadricep stretch. Do it in standing, holding onto a wall or a chair for support and grasping your foot. Pull heel toward your buttocks, keeping your knee back and hip forward. As you can see here, it will improve your standing and walking posture and will reduce pull on your sacroiliac joints. So it's a very important exercise. Don't skip it or miss it. Now we're going to see hamstring stretch in standing position. Stand with your foot on a chair or a stool. Keep your knees straight and belly button facing your toes. Now try to bend forward at hips. It makes it easier to bend down to pick up objects from floor or to put your socks on, and reduces pull on sacroiliac joint, which ultimately reduces pain. Now we will see calf stretch. Stand with hands resting on a wall or chair in front of you, keeping your back leg straight, or you can put it bent, and heel on the floor and toes pointing forward. And then try to lean forward and feel the stretch in your calf. And then repeat it for a few more times. Now we will see chin nod stretch. For doing this exercise, lie on your back, tuck your chin in and slide back of head upward. Then keep your head gently pressed against bed. Elongation stretch. This is basically a shoulder flexion range of motion. So start with your arms at your sides, then keeping arms straight, raise them towards the ceiling and overhead, then elongate the whole body, stretching the arms. And then repeat it for a few more times. As you can see here, pectoral stretch and shoulder rotation, again, which is a range of motion exercise. Let elbows fall towards the floor and pull shoulder blades together to touch your elbows to the floor, and feel the stretch at the front of your chest. It will help maintaining your good posture and full shoulder rotation. Now hip and knee range of motion exercise. Lie on your back with knees straight, then bend one knee up, pulling knee to chest with both hands, then keep opposite leg flat on the floor. And if you feel tightness at front of the opposite hip or buttock of the bent leg or the back, this means that muscles are tight and this becomes a stretching exercise. Hold for a longer time. Now spine range of motion exercise. Lie on your back with knees bent, then bring both knees to one side as far as possible, to the right and to the left. As you can see here. Now we will see groin muscle stretch. Lie on your back with knees bent and soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall out to the sides towards the floor. And it is actually also a hip rotation range of motion exercise. Then repeat it for a few more times. Now we are going to see hamstring stretch in lying position. Lie down on your back and use hands to support your thigh, and then straighten your knee. Then repeat it for other leg also. Now hamstring and low back stretch together. As you can see, bend forward at the hips, keeping your knees straight. Feel the stretch at the back of your legs and or in your lower back, depending on which muscles are most tight. Then repeat it for a few more times. Now we are going to see piriformis stretch. It is actually the buttock muscle stretch. Lie down and with one heel of your foot on opposite knee, pull lower thigh up toward chest, and then repeat with opposite leg, and then feel the stretch in your buttock. Lateral hip stretch. As you can see, lie down and try to pull your knee across to opposite side and keep your pelvis on bed or floor. Then repeat it with both sides. See the angle. do it correctly, as you can see here. Now we will do bridging. It is a core and hip extensor exercise. Basically it is a strengthening exercise. Lie down on your back, and as you can see, lift your hips off bed as high as possible, keeping belly button toward back and pushing down on feet. Now progression, as you can see, lift one leg, keeping bridge stable. Then repeat it with both legs. After doing it for few more times. Yes. You can add your hands also in progression, as you can see. Then repeat it with both hands. It's a very good strengthening exercise. Now we will do back extension exercise, lying on your stomach. Push up onto arms, keeping pelvis on bed. Start with your elbows bent, and once your stiffness is reduced, then straighten your arms fully and then repeat it for few more times and hold there for 5 to 10 seconds. Now we're gonna see hip extension exercise. It is basically a range of motion exercise and also strengthening exercise at the same time. Squeeze your buttock muscles together and lift your leg off the floor, and keep knees straight and keep pelvis on the floor. Repeat it with both sides. Now lift your leg with your knee bent. Then repeat it with both sides. Now you can progress it by lifting opposite arm and your leg. As you can see, progress it by lifting your opposite arms and your legs. Now neck and upper back extension. It is basically a strengthening exercise. As you can see, clasp your hands behind your back. Yes. And now try to raise your chin and your chest up, and then repeat it for few times. This is basically a chest opening exercise. It reduces your pain. Now we are seeing core strengthening, which is also hip extensor strengthening. As you can see, come on your hands and knees, keeping your trunk stable and straight. Lift your leg up, keeping your leg straight, and progression. Lift your opposite arm and also your leg at the same time. Now we will see planks. As you can see, you can start it with coming on your elbows and your toes. Then hold it there for 20 to 30 seconds and then come back and then repeat it for few more times. Now we are seeing clamshell, which is hip abductor strengthening. Lie on your side with both legs bent and pull your belly button toward your spine to engage your core muscles. Now we are seeing reverse clamshell, which is basically hip rotator strengthening exercise. Here try to keep your trunk still and thighs together, and try to lift your top foot away from your bottom foot. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your